Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It is, what day is this? Stand by. Let me mute this. All right. It's the 27th. It's July. It's 2019, and it is 8:31 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the sun went down about 15 minutes ago, or whatever it was, because that's going to be basically most of the point of this video, because I woke up really early this morning and caught the sun coming up. And then I caught the sun going down. So that's kind of strange, unusual. I'm just muting everything. Stand by, stand by. Okay, so for the people that bitch and complain because I actually read people's names off in the chat, well, I've gone over this before. And if you don't like it, you can pause or mute or skip it or go beat a puppy or kick a kitten. You know what I mean? Whatever makes you happy. Because apparently, when people are involved in live streams and they're in the chat asking you to shout them out, it makes them happy. If I can do that, it doesn't cost me anything. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost anybody anything. I'm going to do it. Okay? So there's that. At any rate, let's check out the chat real quick. It's just Groot has the wrench. G. Newman, Shanna Honia, I can't say that right. Rusty Scott. Sandy Carpenter has the wrench. Method Marine is in the house, and he has the wrench. Method Marine also did me a huge solid and made a beautiful ring out of a silver dollar and sent it to one of my subscribers in Australia, and she was totally stoked. So Method Marine, feel free to put a link in the chat if you feel like it. Your call. Erico Carter by Zero. Sacramento Linney. Kimberly Wilson said, I finally made it to a live stream. Joe Shields from Boston, what's up, brother? Ozark Sapper. Stephanie, what's up? Lisa Gunt has the wrench. Donna Warner. Mary Hahn, I think that's right. She's from Wisconsin. Def Bread, what's up? Carol Brooks, Teresa Martin. Paul Eckert, Perry Chronicles, what's up? Nez Lover, what is up? Reform Christian, Ioma Garbett, nice. Ramsey Truth Brothers has the wrench. Paris is calling, Believing is Seeing, Nick Rodriguez, Doty's mom, Steve JMO, Andrew Frying Pan, Elizabeth Borenson, Acura RL, that's a good car. Fishing for Truth, aren't we all? Broken Reality has the wrench. Joanne Trevelon, what's up, brother? Howdy. The Mies Kang, Glenn Mathers, Seek and Ye Shall Find, indeed. Trails, the Bald, Jordan, and that's pretty much it because we're starting to get into ridiculous numbers. Hit that thumbs up. Maybe it helps, but I don't think it does whatsoever at all, or don't. Your call completely at any rate. All right, so let's check this out. Let me do a screen share, see if I can do this accurately. You guys hearing me all right? Are we good with that? I know I start out saying that every time, but it would really suck to be 20 minutes into this and nobody can hear you. Roasted Scorpion says, we do not consent. Indeed. You guys hearing me all right? We do not consent. Yep. Good to go, good to go. All right, here we go. Everybody's digressing. I stay digressing. Check this out. This was from this morning. All right, this was 6 o'clock in the morning. This was the sun coming up directly over the Atlantic Ocean. So it has just risen. It's been in the sky for about a half an hour. And that's what it looks like every single solitary day. Almost every single solitary day. I'd say at least 330 days out of the year. This is it at about 7 o'clock in the morning. It's a little bit higher in the sky, but that is pretty much it. But then right before this live stream, which is why I was late getting this going, I got out the Nikon P1000 and got the sun going down. And it's funny because the sun is setting right into a bank of clouds. There's clouds in front of it, there's clouds beside it, and there's clouds behind it. Is what it is. Don't know what to tell you. I see it all the time. People don't believe it. I wouldn't either, but it is what it is. This is the sun. Now, real quick, I don't know if I can blow this up. I don't know what would happen if I do that. Let me see this on the watch page. All right, stand by. We're doing technical stuff here. All right, stand by. I want to see what the result is. All right, so you can see that. Good. Okay, so the sun is setting. You can see this line of clouds right here that it's going to go into. It's always like a fake horizon. It never just goes down. It goes down into a line in the sky of clouds. So every single night. So I'm zooming in, the camera's really focusing, and the sun turns a really strange color. But bear in mind, it's setting directly right in front of one of the many factories belching filth into the sky. You can see it. It looks like a heat trail, but it isn't. But the sun's a crazy color. There it is. There it is. But notice, I'm going to zoom back out, and I think you can see the clouds in front and behind it. There it is. It's going right into the clouds. The clouds are behind it. Stand by. Clouds in front of it, clouds in front of it, clouds in front of it. Did I not get it? I did, right here. Clouds in front of it, clouds both sides, and clouds behind it. And let me tell you, this is, as you can see, is exponentially larger than the sun that comes up in the morning. So that makes little to no sense whatsoever at all. It makes me think of the Book of Enoch. And then I followed it, and I got lit up by a bunch of mosquitoes. It just goes right down. But here's the sky right here. This is where the sun just set, right over here. So they spray it, and every night the horizon's brown or red. No big deal. Who cares? No, it's smog. How about that? That's what it is. All day long, we've had these giant fake-looking clouds in the sky. They look like thunderheads, but we never actually get any rain. Back in the old days, before geoengineering started tampering with the skies beyond repair, when you saw clouds like this, you got thunder. It was pretty straightforward, pretty normal, no big deal, and nothing to see here. But that's the sky. They make sure they smoke it every night so you can't see the sun setting. And if you do, you better get a camera and catch it. But I'll tell you what, this thing coming up in the morning and this thing going down at night, I'm almost positive they're not the same thing. What does that mean? I don't know, man. I really don't. But a lot of you guys have seen it. A lot of you guys have sent it. A lot of other channels have caught it. So there's that. All right, let me show you this. One of my subscribers sent me a video. Was it pictures or video? And I caught this at the very last minute. This is a chemtrail in the sky, except you can see it's beginning to dissipate. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines in the sky, side by side, side by side, side by side. And I stood there and looked at it for a minute, thinking to myself, well, maybe it's skywriting over Fenway. But then I looked it up, and there were no skywriters. You can clearly see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They were in a tight formation, so either these planes were flying side by side, or it's some sort of a new... It had to be planes flying side by side. Unfortunately, I didn't see them, but it's crazy. And somebody just sent me video saying they're doing big dashes in the sky. They weren't chemtrailing all day, but in the, right before nightfall, they do this. So I don't know. Look how fat my fingers are. Little fat Italian guy. At any rate, spraying. It just remains up there. Now, if you guys have watched the video I put up when I first started this channel, I actually compared chemtrails to skywriters. Skywriters spray, it stays there and goes away. This was up here for well over 3 or 4 minutes. And as you can see by the trees, it's very windy out. So there's that. All right. What is it? Maybe it's, chewable vitamins for kids, elderly people, Centrum Silver. Who knows? It's all from Donald Trump. Everything's good. Nothing to see here. I'm a fair porn shill. Tranny, gay, CIA agent, sheep-dipped, womanizing, doomsayer. How about that? We'll stick with that. If I forgot anything, just please pop it in the chat. This channel right here, if you're not subscribed, you should be. This is Mike Decker YouTube channel. He lives out in Wyoming, and it's beautiful because I'm in Boston. He's on the other side of the coast, and he does what I do. He's going to show you his garden, and like myself, people that have wildflowers, they grow gardens, etc., and cameras, and they're aware of weather modification, climate engineering, etc. Those are good people to listen to when they're telling you that they're spraying the sky, that their plants are coming up either late or they're dying off early, or there's no bees. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, I already saw the comment section of this video where Mike's showing his sunflowers like these are magnets. These are magnets for bees because they're giant and they're yellow. Bees like color. That's why if you're wearing an orange shirt like you've seen me do so very many times, bees will chase you down. You dig what I'm saying? He's got a couple of bees. Here in the Northeast, we have got maybe 5 more bees. That's a problem. You don't see the variety that you used to see. There was every type of bee there was. Now you basically see a couple of honeybees, which those were right there, gathering pollen. And it's sad. If you don't subscribe to Mike Decker, you should, because if you enjoy actually seeing somebody catching chemtrails in the sky and then zooming right in on the airplane perfectly like a pro, that's what he does, unlike myself. And he's got a lot of cool dogs, and apparently a lot of women like him. So there's that. This was a good video he caught of the sun just going right through the clouds. Notice the clouds around, in front, behind. Do you know why? It's not 93 million miles away whatsoever at all, which is why when the moon goes near it or you see them in the sky at the same time and they're the same size, it's because they are. Because think about this. The moon's 250,000 miles away. The sun's 93 million miles away. But prospectively, they're the exact same size. That's ridiculous. That would be the biggest coincidence ever in the world. Notice the sun is setting and lighting up the clouds behind it. Notice the clouds in front of it. Do you know why? Because it isn't real. Do you see what I'm saying? Everything is completely not what you thought it was whatsoever at all. I'm sorry that I'm pointing this out. If it makes you happy to call me an asshole, have at it, because I started it first. I was the first one to call me an asshole with a laptop. So figure something else out, because the list of names is getting long and they don't really actually bother me, because you know what? The more we talk, the more things like this, and this come out and back us up. This is a PDF file that I put on my Patreon page this morning. This was from law enforcement or whatever, when they were actually concerned about satanic cult awareness. But this was a thing. They were aware of it. They knew it was coming, and they knew it was getting worse. I can't seem to find a date on it. But it turns out that apparently somebody wrapped this up and filled it with legal marijuana and smoked it, because as I showed you last night, everything is Satan. Satan in school, Satan after school, Satan's babysitting your kids for you. Satan's doing your laundry. Satan's making chicken pot pie. Satan is the man, according to them. That's rude. At any rate. Oh my goodness, I've got ad blocker on. Let me shut that off right away because it's making this channel sad. Okay, there you go. All right, I'm effing this all up. You know what? How about this? I'm going to stop screen sharing while I square this away ever so slowly, because I really need a butler. Don't run on this page. How's that? You happy? There you go. There you go. There you go. Look at you seeing me in my natural habitat in front of a microphone doing dumb shit. Okay, the reviewer. I don't know why you're doing that with all those hands, but whatever. I hope you're not being a dick. Joanne Tripp, not me. Miss Asia. Paul Adams. I'm trying to read a comment. Ricky Bobby. That sounds like a NASCAR dude. Cactus Man 07 PIM. At any rate. All right, let me go. Oh, look at this. Ads galore. Let me share this. I want to show you something. You know when he's talking about the bees being gone, and you know when I'm talking about the bees being gone, you think it's a complete, total 100% coincidence that I don't even know if I can find the article now. Seriously? You unblock the ad and it completely disappears. That's phenomenal. Okay, this is junk. So I'll see you later. Thanks, USA Today. You see this? This is Futurism Magazine. This is an old article from 2018. Autonomous robot bees are being patented by Walmart. I've shown you this a million times, but you know what? I think that there may just be a direct correlation between this and what Mike Decker was telling you in his video yesterday, where he was saying there's no bees. Do you know what I mean? Because they're spraying heavy metal in the atmosphere. Heavy metal doesn't just harm people, cause autism, cause Alzheimer's, cause everyone to have ADD, alter moods, and allow them to run electrical frequencies through said heavy metal and affect the weather. It also kills everything. Trees, bees, plants, grass, birds, everything. And these guys have been working on this for a while. And you think it's a complete coincidence that Walmart, the biggest distributor and destroyer of the United States, by flooding it with the help of your tax dollars, because yes, Walmart is completely and totally subsidized by the United States government. Do you know any other small business that the government pays to fill the country with pieces of shit from China? I don't, but now you do. You think it's a complete coincidence that if you take MART, you have the beginning of Marshall and then law right there? Is it a complete coincidence that the inside of every single Walmart would make a perfect holding facility for a vast amount of people, and they already have all the barbed wire and remote control cameras absolutely everywhere? Do you think that it's a coincidence that there's one in every single solitary town in the United States pretty much almost completely? It isn't. It isn't. And do you think it's a coincidence these guys are making drone bees? You see this right here? Look at this guy, CIA operative Anderson Cooper, and nobody cares and nobody believes it. Remember when his nose disappeared at Sandy Hook? That's just a conspiracy. Well, it happened. Apparently, pointing out the obvious is now conspiratorial, but I digress. Yep. Are bees getting dementia? Well, isn't that just absolutely ridiculous? Because this guy out in Wyoming said bees are completely gone. So maybe they forgot how to get to Wyoming. You know what I mean? Well, I'm sure we could probably find a newspaper article that says, do bees need GPS? Because they can't find Mike Decker's house or Richie from Boston's house or apparently anybody else's house. Long story short, no bees, no food. If you happen to hold the patent for autonomous drone bees, well, then you'd basically rule the world, wouldn't you? Or what's left of it. Because when the day comes when these little assholes are flying around with these little metal things, exactly like was foreshadowed in the show Black Mirror, because that's what Black Mirror is. You want to see where they're going? You want to see what the beast system is going to look like once the Antichrist is in and we're gone? Watch Black Mirror or watch it on YouTube or whatever. But they showed this, and guess what? It went completely, totally, and horribly wrong. If you look up what aluminum is, you know what? Do you guys know what aluminum is? Well, let me see if I can find something that shows aluminum. Let me think. Let me see. What can I find? Let me go. Yeah, I got too many windows open. You see all that stuff in the sky? Barium, strontium, aluminium. Do you know what aluminium causes? It causes death because we're supposed to be breathing oxygen, not heavy metal. There's a reason heavy metal poisoning is an enormous issue. Long story short, aluminum and Alzheimer's, even though they fight against it, sometimes doctors have the balls to publish a paper and it gets out and you can still find it. Because yes, aluminum and Alzheimer's are hand in hand. Aluminum, thimerosal, mercury, Alzheimer's, autism, it's all the same big bucket of fun. You see what I mean? There's no two ways about it. You can't deny it, but they do, and whatever. And what are you going to do? If you look up pure aluminum, you'll discover that there's an enormous company called Alcoa, ALCOA, another rich family that's always ruled other people for profit. Believe it or not, FluorideAlert.com reported that they got hit with a $750,000 fine by the Commerce Department for illegal chemical shipments. But Alcoa figured out a way to turn toxic sludge from making minerals into aluminum. The byproduct of that is a toxic material called fluoride. Do you see what I'm saying? And they figured out a way to transform it from an industrial waste to a public health miracle. And everyone's enjoying that right now. Now, let me show you this real quick. You can get mad if you want. But this is the website that a lot of people have hooked up on. But on this website, I know, blah, blah, blah. On this website, there's also large stainless steel water filtration systems that you put the filters in. And I've been removing fluoride from my water with the same filters for like a year. I simply clean them out with air. Look at that dude. He needs to shave. He's blind. What's he celebrating? Oh, that's me. I'm just kidding. I knew that was me, sort of, kind of. At any rate. All right. Alcoa, rich people, Illuminati assholes. They literally did this. This is real. This happened, and people don't seem to care about it, even though it says right on the side of the toothpaste, if you eat or ingest the size of a pea, a green pea, or perhaps a sweet pea, call poison control. But you can drink it. It doesn't matter what size you are. One dose fits all. If you're 250 pounds, drink a glass of water. That amount of fluoride is doctor recommended for you. If you're a newborn baby, no big deal. Drink a glass of water. That amount's recommended for you. It's poison, and it's starting to show. It takes a long, long time to have the balls to go up against God and literally fulfill revelations. But that's what we're seeing happening right now. So there's that. For those that don't understand this, what Mike, myself, and many others have shown over the years of the nonstop, never-ending spraying in the skies. Well, this morning, this right here, this is coming direct. This sun right now, this object, this blob of crap in the sky is coming up over the Atlantic. Spraying in the ocean has been going on for a long time. So on those days where people, I mean, it's amazing to me that people are like, Richie, they haven't sprayed here in 4 days. I'm pretty sure Trump stopped. Dude, they don't spray every single solitary day. It isn't feasible. The United States and the rest of the world is a big place. Sometimes they take days off, but they always catch right back up again. For the most part, the entire atmosphere is saturated with heavy metals. And when they're not spraying or when you don't see it, they're still spraying because you don't see it. And that's just all there is. And to wrap this up right quick, this is an article, how the plastic industry is fighting to keep polluting the world. Yeah, that's weird, right? But it's where we live now. What's good is evil. What's evil is good. These guys are fighting to keep polluting the world. We're polluting the world.